morning. Today I'm going to continue the talk about the cause and effects of aspects of transmigration. And then the cause and effects of aspects of cessation. One is the transmigration means Saṃsāra, and any one of us. What is Saṃsāra mean? Saṃsāra means the habitual pattern of the body and verses carry on, repeat, exists, but it not disappear, it's not overcome. It's not just disappear, but it come back again. It show back again. So from our verbal, our body action, and the mental, they have all this Saṃsāra we call. And if we see in the world also the same, you see, that the world pattern also the same. Sometimes there is prosperity, sometimes the decline, isn't it? For the human society is like that. Sometimes we talk about economy, we talk about this and that, also have the same. Sometimes it's strong, sometimes it's weak. For the pattern of the other living being like animal, other creature, you can see sometimes they are just have a very big family. They try to expand into big family, and later on they become something happen, the condition make them cease. Totally they disappear there. You see, so this is called Saṃsāra. And in Buddhism, we talk about Saṃsāras of mean stress or suffering, like that, and we need to learn about the cause. What make it happen? The cause, like that. Okay, here is something that we come back to the teaching. It profoundly say in the human mind itself, this is more important, the human mind itself, when we call that Saṃsāra, we can level it into three kind of current or the flow. Yeah. In the Chinese, they use the same word. Flow means carry on moving. You see, so what is carry on moving? That in the human mind, we think have something very solid, permanent there, or everlasting there. But this thing is move. But in Buddhism, we say moving thing in the very tiny, it's just rising and ceasing. No basic. No foundation. The foundation is in the foundation of condition. So all the condition support this existing, but this existing cannot be named, cannot be labeled. It's changing, carry on. So if we want to name it this and that, you want to label it this and that, only three things you can label. One is called desire. One is called will, another one is called ignorance. This is the three labels you can label it. So first thing I want to say is the currents of desire. Once we come back to the real life, desire means five senses contact. It makes you have that kind of ways, active by mental, verbal, and body action. We react. React where? React in the five senses contact. Yeah, we what we call we chasing to this five senses contact. This is called desire realm. So chasing to the five senses contact, no matter it's present or unpresent. Yeah, you like or you dislike, so that it just make inside there a lot of burning. So that desire, we call that burning. Hatred is burning, ignorance is burning, and then the greedy is burning. So desire make burning. So life, the Buddha said, the first thing is thirsty. Thirsty or about five senses as a fuse to fulfill this thirsty. So this is called desire realm. So it's not much about right and wrong, but it's just this kind of nature, you know. And then the second one is called will. These various wills, we know that in education, in our teaching, that we build up a lot of labeling. What is this name? What is that name? You know, all this is we change all this desire phenomenon into perception. So use the perception to name it. What is this mean? What is that mean? You know, so a lot of viewpoint we have, you know, and people, you see, viewpoint to show them identity to the ego, you know. This is called ego self with perception. That is the ego self with desire, senses contact. So that this is called fluently we shipping to one to another. You know, if these two you cannot recognize, you cannot make decision, we call that ignorant. Ignorant means that you don't mindful, you don't aware what is going on, you make mistake on it, you know. This is called ignorant. In this Saṃsāra, if we want to say this three kind of currents flow in our life nature, this is after the Buddha, he enlightened, he divided into these three categories that we need to deal with. You know, deal with for what is the goal? The goal is penetrate to or cut off this current. This is what the Buddha, his purpose, come to the world and want to help us, you know, because the world yet until today I didn't see many other, you know, teacher is so accurate and so clearly to say this is what it is, and then how to deal with, and what is the technical skill you need to use in order you can overcome these three kind of flaws in the life. You know, I see a lot of intelligent people and then a lot of different professional training want to help, but not accurate and not directly straightforward like what the Buddha said. So that is, I see, he is one kind of, we call that very professional skill to help people enlighten from here. Means help you to break through. You know, breakthrough is very important. So that from breakthrough, he talked about liberation. That is the two kind of realm that not in our Saṃsāra realm. One is breakthrough experience realm. One is liberation realm. You know, he said life, you know, other than the senses contact, other than opinion, you have something else you can experience. That is some way. This is the what we call the paradise. You know, of Nibbana, you can enter before the life end and moving to another creature, another state of existence. So you still can experience this before you go. This is called stopping. Yeah. Cut off means stopping this turning wheel. You know, nobody can help you to stop this burning wheel, but life itself need to put all the energy, his time, his effort, right effort into it. This is what I see is different. Okay, I'll come back, and then once we want to say a little bit more, we come to 6 realms. Form, boundary, perceptual objects, appearance. Just say the boundary. Do we have any boundary in the life? Boundary. And in Buddhism, we talk a lot of boundary. You see, like, let me make an example. You know, as a monastic, every year you need to boundary yourself. You see, then we call this boundary as a winter retreat or summer retreat. You know, if you become a monastic, let me make sure, monastic here, 1, 2, and me 3. You see, monastic Vinaya, you know, you come into the order, they will very clear to let you know, oh, every year we need to have boundary to ourselves in order to come to winter retreat, come to, or either in summer retreat as India, winter retreat as the Mahayana, but you need to come to 3 months of retreat, boundary yourself. Why boundary is very important? Because your boundary with good man, with good company, good friendship, into very professional training and skilled people, you boundary with them. So boundary with them is like the Buddha said, the noble, you know, the noble practice is the path. You know, what is a noble? Noble means friendship. Good friendship is a noble. You see, so you need to boundary with them. You see, if the Saṃsāra is just different, when we come to the world, you see a lot of us as a monastic. When you boundary in New York, you know, and then you boundary in the monastery, there are a lot of people come and ask help them. You not improve yourself. You just get them, they help them. You think you know, but all the help will make yourself rust. Make them not going well too. You see, because you don't build up sila, samadhi, panya, and vimutti, means morality, concentration, wisdom, and deliverance. If you don't build up that, then you can help them. Like the other professional want to help the world, it's just not going to help reduce stress individually, very complete or total. You know, so boundary with good men is very important. You know, but the world, they have a lot of different boundaries. You know, let me say the old day. The old day, if you boundary with the gang, then you lost your life easy, isn't it? You see that they have mafia gang, they have this gang, that gang, you know. So you boundary it in the wrong position, then it will have long effect, isn't it? So you see the world a larger boundary. Not many people can overcome this ignorance. You see, on the way from the highway 94, come to Augusta, and then come to Define, come to Augusta, and come to here. You see, if your boundary, you know, it's just a sensory contact. Once you come to the winery site there, you know, come to the restaurant there, and then come to here, there are a lot of illusion on the way. You see, we can see a lot of people stuck it here, stuck it there, stuck it here, isn't it? You see, so that is a lot of boundary we can see in the world that just human beings go overcome this, let yourself free, then you see that ignorance is there. Can make right decision, can see the right way, overcome problem. This is called ignorance. Ignorance, not saying that you are not clever, not professional training. Just ignorance means in the right now and here, you make wrong decision. This is called ignorance. That is my understanding about ignorance. So need to be very mindful, isn't it? Very sharp in holding this concentrated to the object, not let it run to grab something without knowing. This is called how you can have a clear. Ignore means not clear, you know. So the not mindful, not clear like that, not alert, like we call it ignore. Yeah. A lot of people give us a lot of opinion. Sometimes we ourselves have a lot of opinion there. You see, once you listen to the talk, you know, sometimes we listen to have, we already opinion. Let me say, I have idea like that, you know. So listen to the Dhamma and speak in the Dhamma, usually in the old day, a very serious thing. And then I'm not too serious. You know, I hope one day become more and more serious. If the company here or the who wish to learn become more serious, then I will go to more serious because they are supporting. So serious is something that more, you know, concentrate to something. Yeah. In the monastery, that academic study, we become very serious. It don't let you do any writing. He wants you to concentrate to listen to it, penetrate to it, then you don't have to write. It becomes your habitual. It becomes your viewpoint, like that. He don't want you to take record. Like that. Yeah. So in the morning, 3 o'clock, yeah, come to this meditation hall, half an hour, until 4, they start to keep talk. You're just in the dark. You can't see him. You know, in the wood, when Ajahn Buddhadasa keep talk, you just need to very careful and concentrate because the voice is far away. You know, they don't have microphone, so they let you fully concentrated in order that your desire will be very, very, you know, concentrate in order to accept something. But right now it becomes more loose. You know, people's mind is just not concentrate at all. Even though want him to see you do some, you know, some form they can pick up. I say they cannot copy because mind not concentrate. You see, and then they cannot copy to their own pattern too because they know their body is not concentrate. You see. So training, knowing the body as body is not something that theoretical. It's very practical. Once people always observe his body, he knows his body will be very sharp because the body and mind unite. You cannot tell what is the body, what is the mind. It unite. If it's not unite, you move your leg, you don't know the leg. The mind is not fully in the leg, like that. So here is something that once we say boundary, and then they say the second perceptual object means your state of mind. Do we have all these different state of mind? Yes. I say people have all different state of mind. You see, they are just looking for something, this and that. Like we're looking for sex contact, we're looking for food contact, we're looking for this and that, a lot of things, These are most two things make people crazy. One is in the food bar. One is in the alcohol bar. Totally make people crazy. You see? So this is called bondage. I have one student right now. He not come already more than, I think almost 10 years. He didn't show anymore. He is a hippie, and then come in the old day, practice with me and take 5 precepts. And then very happily stay with me and learn the Tai Chi. I teach him the Tai Chi 24 form, and he learned it. I spend a lot of time teach him because his mind is not accurate applying to mindfulness. So teach him until one day he got a girlfriend from the group friend here. So both of them disappear. Yeah. And later on he come back again. And then he told the story is broke. That relationship break out. So they come back, and study again. So and then he built up all the kitchen in there. Still have his all the he like to cook, He like to make food, and then cook. I think not long ago he got one more friend and then he gone. This is called bondage, This perceptually, he cannot use mindfulness and come into his mind, see what kind of habitual pattern I have, or what identity is most troublesome to my liberation. He didn't want to check that, If we want to say that what is the Buddhism directly benefit to enlightenment, that is called enlightenment. Means you didn't see this and that problem. You know your own identity like me. What kind of identity is most difficult? Saṃsāra. Means my mind easy to grab into trouble, processing that. Then you will need to have the solution, isn't it? If you don't look for the solution to overcome it, how can you become more free? Like me, I'm very strong, healthy, and there's sex desire, sex hormone a lot, So if I let it burn, then you become that man. You need to have your family, you need to work hard for the family, Then a lot of things just become developed. So what can you do? Like me, I give you an example. You see, I work hard, garden, workshop, this and that. Oh, you need to work hard. As you burn out all the energy, then you are okay. Once you're tired, you become a dead dog, sick dog, Or you wake up, then you still have time, like Kong Yan, a lot of time. He just help me this, help me that, until he said, Kong Yan, her door is open. Kong Yan! No answer at all. I thought she is not there. So I just do it myself. And later on, when Chao Jian Shifu call again, no answer at all. And later on, once she answer, and then come out still sleepy. I said, I can't hear at all. Good monk. No, it means you try to use the energy into positive. Once you get less, then it totally go very deep. We call that deep sleep into unconscious. I think that for my life, my experience, I think this is good because the mind not bother. Yeah, you totally cover yourself, the life. You cover how you spend the energy, you spend in the senses, how you act. But later on, once you sleep totally unconscious. You don't go to dream. Dream is labeling. The mind start to chalk. What? Yeah. Like that. They are not stopping. So here is something that you see. Appearance means his shape. You see, his shape appear. Once we call that in Buddhism, we divide it in hungry ghost, animal, and then a human, heaven being, the help being, asura. We divide it in this. Don't you think that is a real? Some men not look like men, look like hungry ghosts when the time appear. Some men not look like men. He look like animal when he cannot recognize this is father, this is mother, this is the sister, this is the friend, this is this is that. They cannot recognize. They're just hungry. So his mind and pattern in that time is not in that. Not in his real name. So real name in a pattern or perform is very important, so that Buddhism wants you to train yourself out of the help, animal, asura, and hungry ghost. You need to remain it based on human, based on heaven. You see, heaven being means you develop your mental and physical into jhana, into generosity, into patience. Maturing that responsible to help others, then you become heaven being. Means the life, the body, and the mind very happy. They don't feel difficulty, they don't feel stress to help others. This is called heaven being. At least I tell you, I have the quality of heaven being. And in a human being, more quality and more develop in the heaven being's realm, because of the stressful is not become stress anymore. It become happiness. I'm willing to do that. I have energy to do that. Yeah, I can tolerate all the difficulty and hardship. That is called heaven being. Heaven being is not after this life. It appear in the life here and now. Happily do something for others like your own family. You see, you open up yourself like that. This is called appearance. You see, do we appearance this and that? Yes. You see, like the gangster, they create the environment is like that. When I go to Chicago, I stay in a little village. I have the Orthodox church there. In the night, when I sit there or I sleep there, it just suddenly bang, bang, bang. Then the street already got problem. There are always problem in the in the Chicago. Every night you can at least 20 people. You can go to check the record. Chicago city and environment is the most violent in the night of the country. You see, so people really have his own shape in different realm. Even though they are human, but sometimes it's not. I say, so psychologically, turn it into verbally, turn it into bodily, like that. Let me give you an example. This become very real to me. When I remodeling the Orthodox temple, so I just pick up someone close to me. That is the Mexican, come from, he is come from Honduras. Yeah. So, and after that, he come and help the monk house too, do all the drywall. And then when he come back, he says, "Why you don't know what is happy look like?" He have a lot of, even though his cell phone, he also make that kind of sexual cries in his cell phone. When the cell phone ring, it's just ugly. What kind of animal is this one? And then he told me, you know what? In our neighborhood here, you easy to have a girlfriend. I said, what girlfriend you talking about? He said, girlfriend can stay overnight, girlfriend can have sex. He was young, very young guy. I said, what are you mean about that? He said, when you work hard, then you have money, you can spend your money easily, like that, to fulfill your happiness. He said, the girl, 16 and a little bit young, like that. $20, $20 US. He talked to tiger, he talked to this and that. I see the neighborhood there, South American people coming, very difficult, they all in this boundary, So when I say boundary, I really mean boundary. 1980 when I go to Thailand. And in Thailand, they have one kind of business called, what we call that? He just put all the lady in the room, and line up there, sit there. About many, sometimes 100 go sit there with a glass, big piece of glass. You can come in and then check which one you like, you pick up. Yeah, then he will comfort you, take you sightseeing, anything you want. This is called tour service. So a lot of tour guides from the world, especially Asian, they go there just for fun. Then they take one lady and then they can move around like that. Yeah. I go there too. I feel interested, so I go there and watch, I don't know why my life is just mind pattern. I never touch anything like that. But I interested, I go there and watch. And in that time I still don't have this kind of mindful, but my working is, I have thinking mind about sympathy. I don't have thinking mind about my desire. So I don't see that have any identity like being that I say in Buddhism we talk about Saṃsāra. It means you don't Saṃsāra in the low realm. You need to make your mind state, your bodily or your verbal Saṃsāra into higher realm, higher being realm. At least go to human and heaven being. Make sense? It makes sense? Yeah. So this one called Saṃsāra to protect your own body and mind, protected your family, protected the society, protected to the nation, protected, of course, to living beings, safe and happiness. You see? So in this kind of what I talk about, this is conscious. You know, conscious is the mind. Discriminate or not discriminate is the conscious. You see, conscious, it won't work alone. It need to work with the form. One more thing, yeah, exterior object. You know, one is a form, one is the exterior, like eye can see the color, and with the mind, then it form existing. It form its current. See, so current won't come to individual. It need to have eye contact to color, then discriminate means the mind is moving. Without eye, without this eye, and without the exterior reaction, then the consciousness won't work. That is why we need to pay attention to the body, because the body means your senses. So once you have intent or you have a mindful to the senses, then when this mindful to the senses touching to the exterior, then you can distance it from that kind of very rapidly discriminate. See? Yeah, that is called mindful. See? So the Buddha said, the first thing what we want, we need to do is guard your own senses door. See? Yeah, so the defilement here means that the senses door. Yeah, from the senses door touching, and then this one is moving to the inner. Yeah, if you're not aware into the touching, then the second one is moving. Then you discriminate. Yeah, once you discriminate, if that is not mindful, you don't have the truth in there. You know, you don't have the Dhamma seal in there, the teaching and practice path in there. Then the ignorance is formed. Yeah, the ignorance takes place.